He mocked a beggar at a sacred fountain minutes later. The spirits exposed who the real beggar was. In the quiet village of Ndogo, where the sun poured golden rays over the fields of sorghum and millet, there lived a family of repute, the Mshimba clan. Their house was the largest in the village, adorned with intricate carvings that depicted mighty warriors and wise elders. They were respected, envied, and often feared, for they wielded power like a sword, using their wealth and status to maintain an iron grip on their dominion. When they walked through the bustling market, the villagers would bow their heads in reverence, their hearts filled with a mix of admiration and dread. Among the Mshimbas was Juma, the eldest son, a man of towering stature and arrogance. Juma had inherited his father's pride and his mother's coldness, believing that wealth was the ultimate measure of a person's worth. His younger sister, Zahra, was often caught in the middle, torn between her love for her family and her longing for genuine human connection. She watched as her brother treated those beneath them with disdain, the air thick with unspoken words and unrecognized dignity. One day, as the family prepared for the annual harvest festival, news spread through the village that a fountain had burst forth in the outskirts, believed to be blessed by the spirits. Villagers gathered to offer their respects, and Juma, never one to miss an opportunity for spectacle, proclaimed, "Let us go. We shall proclaim our greatness and offer gifts to the spirits. But first we must teach those lesser than us a lesson in humility." He led his family to the fountain, with Zahra trailing behind, her heart heavy with apprehension. "Juma, we must be kind," she urged. "The spirits favor those who treat others with respect." "Respect is for the weak," he snapped, his eyes glinting like polished stones. With each step, his disdain for the less fortunate became more palpable. As they reached the fountain, he spied an old beggar, hunched over and clad in ragged cloth, collecting water in a chipped calabash. "Look at him," Juma laughed, his voice dripping with derision. "What does he know of greatness?" He approached the beggar, who raised his head, revealing sunken eyes that held the weight of countless stories. "Please, good sir, may I have a sip of your water? I am but a thirsty man." "A thirsty man? You mean a worthless man." Juma's laughter echoed, and the others joined in, eyes dancing with derision. "Do you expect kindness from those whom you beg?" The beggar's face fell, his dignity stripped away by Juma's words. "One day you may wake up and find that your wealth means nothing," he whispered, his voice barely above a breath. "You may thirst for kindness, but find only the bitterness you've sown." Zahra's heart twisted, and she took a step forward. "Juma, stop what he says. Do not speak." Juma's face went pale with anger. "You will regret defending the weak." The beggar turned away, leaving Juma to bask in his arrogance. Feeling empowered by the laughter of his family, he declared to the gathering crowd, "We are the Mshimbas. We are great, and we shall be known throughout the land." But the heavens above seemed to take notice. As they stepped closer to the fountain, the ground trembled, and a strange voice rang out, warning, "Characters revealed in how you treat others." The villagers looked around, unsure from where the voice came, but Juma felt nothing but invulnerability. As the days passed, strange occurrences befell the Mshimbas. Crops wilted, water sources dried up, and an unsettling chill permeated their once warm household. Juma dismissed it as mere coincidence, while his mother, a woman well versed in the old ways, muttered under her breath about spirits angered by pride. "Mother, you speak nonsense," Juma shouted. "Our status cannot falter." But silence filled the house, and Zahra's heart sank deeper with each passing day. Feeling the burden of her family's pride, she turned to the village elders for guidance. They spoke of humility and connection, but warned her that the Mshimbas were too proud to listen. The day of the festival arrived and excitement filled the air. The villagers gathered, adorned in their finest attire, but the Mshimbas were absent. Juma chose to remain locked away, convinced that the festival would fail without their presence. Zahra, however, couldn't bear it. She dressed in her best attire and ventured out into the village. There she found the beggar again, sitting by the fountain, his eyes more wistful than before. "You returned," he said softly. Zahra felt tears welling in her eyes. "I am sorry for my brother and my family. They are blinded by pride." "And you?" he asked, tilting his head. "Are you blinded too?" Zahra shook her head. "I long for connection, for love that is valued over wealth." "Then you know the truth," the beggar replied, his voice warm. "Your family has strength and stature, but without kindness they are but hollow statues. What will you choose?" Before she could respond, a commotion erupted in the distance. Juma had finally decided to grace the festival with his presence, swaggering through the crowd like a peacock. But as he approached the center of the gathering, a sudden darkness swept over the place, and the laughter faded into hushed whispers. "Look!" someone shouted, pointing at the fountain. Water gushed forth, overflowing with an unearthly light. But instead of celebrating, the villagers stepped back in fear. Juma stumbled back, a look of horror crossing his face as the shadows enveloped him. "Do you have a death wish?" he yelled, trembling as the strange voice returned, echoing through the air. "You have mocked the dignity of those weaker than you. You will know their suffering." One by one, the spirits of the land began to gather, their forms flickering like shadows against the sky. "Humility is the seed of greatness," they thundered. "Each moment you have sown has come to pass, Juma." With that, the villagers watched, their hearts racing as the beggar stepped forward. "You believe me beneath you, but I too know the wisdom of the earth." He lifted his hands, and a radiant light surrounded him, transforming his tattered clothes into regal attire adorned with symbols of life. A crown of verdant leaves jeweled with dew rested upon his head. "What is this?" Juma gasped, stumbling back even further. The other villagers knelt, stunned by the revelation. "I am not merely a beggar. I am a keeper of the spirits, and I have witnessed your deeds." "Juma, see the truth beneath your pride." In that moment, Juma's fortress of arrogance crumbled, and with tears streaming down his face, he fell to his knees. "I have wronged you all," he cried out, his pride laid bare before the spirits and his people. The beggar stepped closer. "You have the chance to make amends. The spirits hold no malice, only a desire for growth. Embrace humility and healing may come." As the spirits began to dissipate, Juma looked up at the villagers, now glowing with newfound understanding. "I have lived tastefully with wealth, but I have starved in compassion. I will atone. I shall dedicate myself to helping those I once disdained." Juma rose, turning to the beggar as he extended his hand. "Will you teach me?" The beggar, now a figure of wisdom, grasped his hand firmly. "It is in humble service that you will find true wealth." Years passed, and the Mshimbas transformed from emblematic figures of arrogance to a lineage of kindness and generosity. No one knew the exact reason the fountain had never run dry after that day, but in the heart of the village, an eternal lesson flowed. Juma often gathered the children in the village, sharing stories of humility, dignity, and love, embodying the teachings he had learned as a man redeemed. And the echoes of that strange voice remained forever imprinted in his heart. For how you treat others reflects who you truly are. Remember, kindness is the greatest wealth.